Thank you.
So I will jump right in. I know that the story of 13 Minutes is fictional, but understand that the inspiration came from some real life tornado sightings. So can you talk more about your inspirations for this project and just how it all came together?
Yeah, for sure. So I am a storm chaser and I've spent, endless days in Tornado Alley experiencing tornadoes. And you want to see them out in the open plains, but they do impact communities. And so I've known Lindsay's work in film and directing. And when we got together, we said, okay, how can we do a tornado movie? But make it about the people that are impacted, make it real. And that's really what we were going for. And kind of that was where this all started.
Very cool. And what about for you, Lindsay? What made this a project that you had to do?
Absolutely. So, for me, when Travis and I did start talking about it, initially he was telling me about, all the storm chasing experiences he's had and also some of the work he does, to try to get people to respond properly to weather warnings. And we started talking about all the issues that they face, where you have people who ignore the warnings because, they're out there wanting to Instagram it rather than getting to shelter, or they don't understand because of mixed messaging. They think, they're simply not listening and ignoring the messages, or don't understand because of language barriers. And the more we started talking about those problems, but also thinking about the real communities as they exist. And, there are everyday common things that people are going through in their lives, each of which can be related to one of those communication problems. And that's really where it started. And it grew from there. And we were able to create this world that was sort of a microcosm of global issues, and then blow it apart and hope that it gets rebuilt better. But
right. And Travis, I would imagine that storm chaser experience just had a huge hand to play as the film came together. What types of conversations were you both having to bring those layers of real life to the film?
Absolutely. So, I mean, we spent so much time and care making sure that the language, the phrases that were used in the film, the way that the sequence of events and the skies that you experience through 13 minutes are true to a storm day, and that they reflect the human dramas that are unfolding along the way too. And so I think that once we got into filming with special effects and then afterwards with VFX and sound design, everybody was committed to the idea of realism and being true to nature and true to life. And we just leaned into that and knew that we didn't need to glorify this event, that if we went for something that was real, that is the most horrifying and thrilling and dramatic event that we could put on screen.
Very cool. I also read that the tornado on the poster for the film is a real photo. How did you come across that image and decide to use it for this?
So go ahead, John.
Oh, please, Linz.
So many of the skies in the film are real tornado footage or stills that we've added motion to kind of bring them to life. And the poster itself is one of those images that we had come across over the course of the research that went into finding all of the various sky replacements. Travis, it was Melanie's photo. You found it.
That's it. I mean, ultimately what it was about was, everything from the skies in this film to the tornado on the poster. We were going for natural, real, true to life. And we knew that, no computer generated tornado could really do it as well on screen as the real deal. So that's what motivated us and drove us.
Very cool. And to talk a little bit more about that for the tornado in the movie. So it sounds like it was kind of a combination of some real footage, special effects, visual effects. What all went into bringing that to life?
Yeah, so the tornado sequence was exactly that. I mean, from the moment we see that I mean, the tornado itself, we see the supercell from the distance, but you know, in the street, when we first see that tornado, that's a combination of a real rain-wrapped tornado, which is the type that we have in this film. And again, combination of special effects. We had people throwing roof tiles and things physically, and then the tremendous amount of visual effects work went into it as well to bring all of, you know, the flying debris and debris tumbling down the road towards, and houses being sucked up and destroyed. And then of course, you know, the whole house destruction scene, all of our destruction scenes, all of that, again, so much research that had gone into that, because with tornado destruction, it implodes, it doesn't explode. All the pressure is pushing in. So the house needs to be, you know, collapsing around these people. And just the sequence of events, even in terms of the destruction and when the roof goes and all of that. So all of that was our incredibly talented visual effects team. A lot of consultation about Travis. I don't think anybody has thought more about tornado destruction and the nuance of it. So it was wonderful to have that guidance.
Awesome. It's very cool and scary to see on screen. So it's so cool how much went into that. I also love the cast of this movie. I think they're fantastic and also very diverse, both in terms of racial diversity, and also Shaylee as a deaf actress. Are there any interesting tidbits you can share from what went into your casting process?
I mean, it's always a joy. It's such a fun part of the process. And we were just absolutely blown away by, you know, the caliber of cast that we got and the talent we were able to bring on board and secure and collaborate with to make this film. And that's absolutely right. I mean, we have, again, grounded in the real world, authenticity. We want this world to feel real and the world that people will recognize. And yeah, we had so many great characters, and Shaylee is tremendous. I mean, she's 12 now, but was sort of 10 or 11 when we were shooting. And as a deaf actress, she's deaf and nonverbal. So are both of her parents. So we had a translator on set, and, you know, it's seamless. It's not, you know, there's no limitation at all. And in terms of like her acting, she's just so expressive with her face, and just such a talent.
Very cool. And then my final question for each of you: what makes 13 minutes a must-see?
All right, I'll field this one first. You know, I actually think 13 minutes it's so relevant and it's so current, and it's so graphic and real. It also kind of, to me, kind of harkens back to like disaster movies of the 70s, like classics. And so there's something that's timeless about 13 minutes in that way. And there's also something that's so of the moment about 13 minutes. And I think that people are going to come out of the movie talking about issues and each other and severe weather, and it's just going to be a movie that I think people really take to.
I think that's it, all of that. And it's you know, 13 minutes is an exciting, thrilling disaster film. It's also a very compelling human drama. And I hope that we tap into some truths and some human truths. And I hope that, you know, some people, you know, moments could make people feel uncomfortable, and they could also make other people feel relief. And there's so much going on, and it is layered. And like Travis said, I hope it will spark conversation. I hope people will leave, and over, you know, the days afterwards, it will percolate, and it will make them think.
Awesome. Thank you both so much, and congratulations on the release.
Thank you so much.
Chloe.